Here with Kevin from, is it ZLOB? Is that right?
ZLOB.
ZLOB, okay.
ZLOB. You can call it ZLOB, it's okay.
ZLOB, okay, okay.
It's Polish, so it's a little bit weird.
Okay.
Pronunciation.
Well, my English is terrible, so even if it was English, we wouldn't have any luck anyway.
Yeah.
But Superbooth 2019, of course. Some new modules, some modules people may not have seen before. I guess run us through the system, maybe starting with the new stuff.
Yeah. Well, what we're hearing right now is a new prototype called Diode Chaos. You could see the attractor going on right here with the X and Y. And I guess you could already hear what it sounds like, sort of like a smooth random, although with chaotic sort of LFOs. Instead of it being random all the time, it can get stuck in different sort of wells, like it can repeat itself for a while and then change like drastically. And what's different about this one is the rate is pretty controllable. Like it can actually go sort of fast, which with some of the chaotic LFOs, they kind of just do whatever they want. But this one could even sort of go up to audio rate and get stuck in different sort of trajectories, I guess you could say. And
it's a really interesting way of adding kind of humanness, randomness, organicness to a patch, and without it being stepped. I mean, I love stepped random, but just having things fluctuate in a somewhat predictable way as opposed to truly random.
Yeah. And right now we were only listening to which one are we listening to right now? The X output, like, since it's chaotic, we have 3 different sort of dimensions of the voltage there, and we also get a gate out at the bottom here. So, yeah, that's pretty much for that one. And then I could show you this new wave folder that's another prototype right next to it.
Yeah, great.
So right now we're starting out with a triangular sort of wave. I mean, you could actually trim it so when the wave folder can completely close if you want. But right now, we're letting a little bit of the signal in so you could sort of see the harmonics being added. And this wave folder is based on the middle section of the surge wave multiplier. So it's really adding a lot of odd harmonics, but it can go way beyond that. And you could add symmetry to sort of emphasize different harmonics, even harmonics. And all of these parameters are under voltage control, so you can get some really extensive sort of mutations here.
Can we tune that oscillator down a little bit lower? I've got a real thing for kind of deep folding.
And what's, I guess, sort of unique besides the size of this wave folder is that the offset is also voltage controllable, because usually you only get, like control over the folding and the symmetry, but you can also voltage control, between like positive 10 volts to negative 10 volts. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Let's also check out a bit of the range that's already out there as well. Just maybe a quick rundown.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I mean, the past couple things we demoed, we're listening to this half of this dual oscillator, which just 2 basic VCOs and 4 HP. You get a triangle, sine, square, and then you have CVN, linear or exponential control, and you get 2 of those. I mean, we could give it just a quick listen.
So 2 small analog VCOs.
Yeah, and 4 HP, just really basic. There's not all this extraneous sort of pulse width and sync and stuff like that. So
you've got mixers and VCAs and other utilities as well.
Yep. Got lots of what we call the bread and butter modules. So this would be my most popular module, this 6-channel VCA, the VnIcursal VCA. Yeah, just basic sort of, utility modules. Obviously can get much more complicated, but
Yeah, but bread and butter and utilities are really what makes a system, I think. These available as DIY and assembled?
Yeah, everything's DIY, PCB panels and kits, as well as, I mean, I sell the built modules as well. Maybe one last thing that I guess is maybe more interesting than some of these more traditional analog modules, also have a chaotic noise oscillator coming out soon. It's just a little 2 HP guy. The range of chaos is a little bit narrow, but it still has a couple features that aren't really common on maybe so many other chaos modules. And we have our X and we have our Y. So it can get pretty snarly and aggressive quickly, and it responds to CV. It's not necessarily exponential, but and you could also put in audio files or waveforms, and it sort of bit crushes it or distorts it. As you could hear, it can get pretty extreme very quickly.
Great. Thanks for giving us a rundown of the new prototypes and some of the older modules as well.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Cheers.
Yeah.